Today, I bring to you some peace and relaxation with poetry. And not just any poetry, poetry about summertime, where you have the sun and the beach and no school to worry about. So, get comfortable, lay back, and allow me to read to you some poetry. Are you ready? Hi Kurt, hi Tim, hi Edwin. Shinigami, hello. Oh, where was it in the privacy and settings? If you go to your profile icon, your settings, then privacy and security, and all the way at the bottom. I have already opted out. And I wish I had a toggle where I could hold a book, but I've got this one. I forget about this one a lot. Boo, AI. Hi, Utsuya. AJ. Alright, I will just start reading. If you are ready to be read to. The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I don't know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last, and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? I think you'll really like this next one, though. This next one is Shakespeare. We haven't gotten to a point yet where I have read Shakespeare, but I tell you what, I'm so excited. I love Shakespeare. I was a weirdo when I was in high school and we were reading scripts. Like, we were reading scripts about the Odyssey, we were reading scripts about Romeo and Juliet, some other Shakespeare. Oh my gosh, I loved it. English teacher vibes. Yeah. If I didn't have such a bitch of a teacher, I probably would have followed in her steps. Instead, I'm just mommy. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? By William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often in his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course, untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou'st, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade. When in eternal lines to time thou grow'st, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Thank you for the rose knot. I'm so pumped to read Shakespeare. Am I getting all stuttery? I think my computer might be going through it right now. Let me check. Is something's gonna break. I don't know what. I'll keep an eye on that. You want a prophecy? I can read more Shakespeare. Bed in Summer. Robert Louis Stevenson. In winter I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way. I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you, when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? It is the strangest thing to go to bed at 9 p.m. and the sun is still shining. Do you not think so? The Fly by William Blake. Little fly, thy summer's play my thoughtless hand has brushed away. Am not I a fly to thee, or art thou a man like me? For I dance and drink and sing, till some blind hand shall brush my wing. If thought is life, and strength and breath, and the want of thought is death, then am I a happy fly, if I live or if I die. Are you a fly? Oh my god, guys, it's the next rendition of Would You Love Me If I Was a Worm? Would you love me if I was a fly? Warm Summer Sun by Mark Twain. Warm summer sun, shine kindly here. Warm southern wind, blow softly here. Green sod above, lie light, lie light. Good night, dear heart. Good night, good night. I just had to think, what if I read some of these in a southern voice? Do you think that that's an incentive I should bring back for the birthday event? Should I make it so that you guys can change my accent? Is this a desirable goal or incentive? Yeah. Maybe I need to incorporate that into channel points to be used more frequently. I doth thought not that I use my accents enough. But truthfully, my days have been lost to the wind. I was very unprepared to go to work today, come home. I tried making a new recipe and it did not work out, and with 10 minutes before stream, I had just enough time to eat a PB&J. So this is my relaxation time, and this is me relaxing. How do I get into a southern twang? August by Dorothy Parker. When my eyes are weeds and my lips are petals spinning down the wind that has beginning, where the crumbled beeches start in a fringe of salty reeds. When my arms are elder brushes and the rangy lilac pushes upward, upward through my heart. Summer, do your worst. Light your tinsel moon and call on your performing stars to fall on headlong through your paper sky. Nevermore shall I be cursed by a flushed and amorous slattern, with her dusty laces pattern trailing as she straggles by. I like that one. Are you talking about food? I was, but for a brief moment. And unfortunately, Nuke Boss, it was a rotisserie chicken that did not bode well. I tried doing this allegedly simple recipe for, orange chicken. Hi, Khalil. Where you use orange marmalade and barbecue sauce. It's not good. Fun fact. It's not good. Yes, new background. We also have a new intermission screen. Fizban, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for being here. Chicken dinner. No, it was not a winner. I gotta figure out how to get into my southern twang. Because right now I'm not sure that I can do it. The last rose of summer. Thomas Moore. To the last rose of summer, left blooming alone, all her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rosebud is nigh, to reflect back her blushes or give a sigh for sigh. I'll not leave thee, thou lone one, to pine on the stem, since the lovely are sleeping, go sleep thou with them. Thus kindly I scatter thy leaves o'er the bed, where thy mates of the garden lie scentless and dead. So soon may I follow when friendships decay. From love's shining circle the gems drop away. When true hearts lie withered and fond ones are flown, oh, who would inhabit this bleak one alone? I like the last. I like that one. Simply because it is about a rose. Welcome, Jared. I'm doing wonderful. We are reading poetry. And poetry about summer as we are getting close to the end of summer. This one's a little bit longer. I take a drink of water. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you, Khalil. I think we are close to 3,000 subscribers. I like your avatar. Thank you. August Moonrise, Sarah Teasdale. The sun was gone and the moon was coming over the blue Connecticut hills. The west was rosy, the east was flushed, and over my head the swallows rushed, this way and that, with changeful wheels. I heard them twitter and watched them dart, now together, and now apart. Like dark petals blown from a tree, the maples, stamped against the west, were black and stately and full of rest. And the hazy orange moon grew up and slowly changed to yellow gold, while the hills were darkened, fold on fold, to a deeper blue than a flower could hold. Down the hill I went, and then I forgot the ways of men, for night scents, heady and damp and cool, wakened ecstasy in me on the brink of a shining pool. O beauty, out of many a cup, you have made me drunk and wild ever since I was a child. But when I have been sure as now that no bitterness can bend and no sorrow wholly bow one who loves you to the end. And though I must give my breath and my laughter all to death, and my eyes through which joy came, and my heart a wavering flame. If all must leave me and go back along a blind and fearful track, so that you can make anew, fusing with intenser fire, something nearer your desire. If my soul must go alone through a cold infinity, or even if it vanish too, beauty, I have worshipped you. Let this single hour atone for the theft of all me to atone. I said that wrong. For the theft of all of me. This next one is vacation. By Rita Dove. I love the hour before takeoff, that stretch of time. I love the hour before takeoff, that stretch of no time, no home. But the gray vinyl seats linked like unfolding paper dolls. Soon we shall be summoned to the gate. Soon enough there'll be the clumsy procedure of row numbers and perforated stubs. But for now, I can look at these ragtag nuclear families with their cooing and bickering, or the healed bachelorette trying to ignore a baby's wail, and the baby's exhausted mother waiting to be called up early, while the athlete, one monstrous hand asleep on his duffel bag, listens, perched like a seal trained for the plunge. Even the lone executive who has wandered this far into summer with his lasered itinerary briefcase knocking his knees, even he has worked for the pleasure of bearing no more than a scrap of himself into this hall. He'll dine out, she'll sleep late, they'll let the sun burn them happy all morning. A little hope, a little whimsy. Before the loudspeaker blurts, and we leap up to become Flight 828, now boarding at Gate 17. Do you do that when you go to the airport? Or if you're stuck in traffic? Do you ever think to yourself how everyone around you has a story to tell, a life of their own? Do you ever think about how in that moment your lives intersect and will never intersect again? Sometimes when I'm stuck in traffic or I see a plane flying by, I always wonder to myself what the lives of the people on board are like. Where are they going? Where are they leaving from? What are the circumstances that their life has arranged for them to be there at that same moment that I just see the plane flying by? Do you ever do that? You're really quiet? Oh. Now I can't be quiet anymore. Super not quiet. Why is it quiet? Is this better? No. I feel like that. Am I too quiet? I hope you sleep well, Dawn. Hi, Simon. Welcome. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for listening to me. You can hear it fine? Yeah, I'm not sure if there is something wrong. I'm loud in my ears now. Is that better? I can read at this volume, but I can certainly fix it if it's still a little too much. Okay. Stuff is loud for me. Oh, I can't win. I have tried. You know, I think today might just be a day where everybody goes to sleep. The next one is A Jellyfish by Marianne Moore. Visible, invisible, a fluctuating charm, an amber-colored amethyst inhibits it. Your arm approaches, and it opens, and it closes. You have meant to catch it, and it shrivels. You abandon your intent. It opens, and it closes, and you reach for it. The blue surrounding it grows cloudy, and it floats away from you. Knoxville, Tennessee by Nikki Giovanni. I always like summer best. You can eat fresh corn from Daddy's garden, and okra, and greens, and cabbage, and lots of barbecue, and buttermilk, and homemade ice cream at the church picnic, and listen to gospel music outside at the church homecoming, and go to the mountains with your grandmother, and go barefooted, and be warm all the time, not only when you go to bed and sleep. I found the southern twang. Yeehaw. The next one is I See the Boys of Summer by Dylan Thomas. This one's a long one. I see the boys of summer in their ruin, lay the gold tithings barren, setting no store by harvest, freeze the soils. There in their heat, the winter floods, of frozen loves they fetch their girls, and drown the cargoed apples in their tides. These boys of light are curdlers in their folly, sour the boiling honey, the jacks of frost they finger in the hives. There in the sun the frigid threads of doubt and dark they feed their nerves. The signal moon is zero in their voids. I see the summer children and their mothers split up the bronze wombs. Huh? I see the summer children and their mothers split up the bronze womb's feathers, divide the night and day with fairy thumbs. There in the deep with quartered shades of sun and moon they paint their dams, as sunlight paints the shelling of their heads. I see that from the boys shall men of nothing stature by seedy shifting, or lame the air with leaping from its heats. There from their hearts the dog-dayed pulse of love and light bursts in their throats. Oh, see the pulse of summer in the ice. But what seasons must be challenged or they totter into the chiming quarter, where punctual as death we ring the stars. There in his night the black-tongued bells the sleepy man of winter pulls, nor blows back moon and midnight as she blows. We are the dark derniers, let us summon death from a summer woman, a muscling life from lovers in their cramp, from the fair dead who flushed the sea, the bright-eyed worm on Davy's lamp, and from the planted womb the man of straw. We summer boys in this four-winded spinning, green of the seaweed's iron, hold up the noisy sea and drop her birds, to pick the world's ball of wave and froth, to choke the deserts with her tides, and comb the county gardens for a wreath. In spring we cross our foreheads with the holly, hey-ho the blood and berry, and nail the merry squires to the trees. Here love's damp muscle dries and dies, here break a kiss in no love's quarry. Oh, see the poles of promise in the boys. I see you, boys of summer, in your ruin, man in his maggots barren, and boys are full and foreign to the pouch. I am the man your father was. We are the sons of flint and pitch. Oh, see the pools are kissing as they cross. Hi, Pookie. It's good to see you. I'm sorry to hear that you've been going through a time. Can we get some hugs and chat for Pookie? Hi, Nightwolf. How are you? How have you been lately? I'm reading poetry. Pardon my yawn. I'm doing well. I think after stream today, I will lay down and get some rest, because I have not had the opportunity to rest since I got home from work, and it's very much needed. Beauty sleep? I don't know if it's beauty sleep, but I just didn't get a chance to kind of recover after my workday. I don't like how this seems to... I feel like sometimes my model is kind of stuttering. Are you seeing that as well? I hope that I can help you get a good sleep, Pookie. You need it, Steph. Beauty sleep? Are you trying to say something? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I need some rest time, yeah. It's just unfortunate that I didn't get some rest time today. Yours does too, time to time? It is doing it a lot. Today is also the first time I'm trying out vBridger. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. So I am actually going to swap over to just using VTube Studio. Yep, all better. Except now I'm gigantic because for some reason it made me taller. We all know I am somewhat tall. Steph needs an energy drink. Ooh, Nightwolf, do you use vBridger or do you just use VTube Studio? Pookie, you take it back. You take it back right now. 4'6" Steph, you take it back. You take it back. Gnome height? What are you saying? I only use VTube Studio. Model doesn't have vBridger support. Maybe this one doesn't. I'm pretty sure it does though. I'm still figuring. Being 2D is very strange to me, and I'm still learning. I need help. Because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But as you can see, like, the mouth movement is kind of weird. And I've seen some people who have really nice mouth tracking. I do get that this is a customizable model, and I don't know if I'm going to have, at some point in the future, a not customizable model. But, like, I don't even know where to go or what to look for to find the resources that tell me how to do this correctly. I have tried going through the tracking, the parameters. It's a lot easier to do that for a 3D model than a 2D. I don't know why. Anyway, we're here for the reading, right? We're here for poetry. I wonder if I should read this all dramatic like. Summer Song by William Carlos Williams. Wanderer moon, smiling a faintly ironical smile at this brilliant, dew-moistened summer morning. A detached, sleepily indifferent smile. A wanderer's smile. If I should buy a shirt your color and put on a necktie sky blue, where would they carry me? Huh? That's my reaction. Huh? If only I had a sound cue for that. The funny cat go, huh? That would be me. I am that cat. That cat is me. Big yawn. Continuities by Walt Whitman. Nothing is ever really lost, or can be lost. No birth, identity, form, no object of the world. Nor life, nor force, nor any visible thing. Appearance must not foil, nor shifted sphere confuse thy brain. Ample are time and space, ample the fields of nature. The body, sluggish, aged, cold, the embers left from earlier fires, the light in the eye grown dim, shall duly flame again. The sun now low in the west rises for mornings and for noons continual. To frozen clods ever the spring's invisible law returns, with grass and flowers and summer fruits and corn. A Boat Beneath the Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward dreamily in the evening of July. Children 3 that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, pleased a simple tale to hear. Long has paled that sunny sky. Echoes fade and memories die. Autumn frosts have slain July. Still she haunts me phantom-wise, Alice moving under skies never seen by waking eyes. Children yet the tale to hear, eager eye and willing ear, lovingly shall nestle near. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die. Ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream? Huh, I didn't think that we would have Lewis Carroll in our poetry. Yes, Beans, I do see that you've made the redeem for the siren singing, but we're doing poetry. We're doing poetry right now. I guess that it depends on the likelihood that anyone actually cares about the YouTube live stream. But we can do some siren singing. I want to do a quick test to see if we have anyone still on the clock platform. Are you there? Okay. Apologies. Looks like there was a bit of an issue with one of the chats. I had to fix it. We should be good now. Hmm? Yeah? I don't know that my voice was warmed up enough for stream today, but it is now. I would say so. Oh, don't forget to stretch. Big stretchies. Big stretchies. At the beginning of the stream, you could hear me crack my neck. And it was a really loud crack, too. Do you guys think I should do gulping ASMR audio? Because I know that sometimes people like when I gulp. Do you need a demonstration? I can do it. Showcaseability now. Loud gulps. Hi, Rostar. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Oh, I see why people like that. Why? Should I be worried? Should I be concerned? Why do people like that? I don't know. But I should make a video on that. Okay. Soon coming to Patreon. If you didn't know, I have a Patreon now. 'Cause they like water. Me too. I'm hearing you through Bluetooth. I'm doing wonderful, Rostar. How are you doing? I do need... You know what? After stream today, I think I'm going to take a nice, peaceful rest, and I'm going to take a nice, hot bath. That's how I'm going to relax tonight. So, if you're not aware, we had a big announcement at the beginning of stream today. I have renovated Sanctuary, and we now have a special place just for my fishies and I over on Patreon. So if anybody is interested in supporting, Patreon is available, and it has multiple tiers offered with different benefits depending on your tier. So this is just a good opportunity to remind or to let any of our viewers who weren't here earlier know. The more dehydrated I am, the harder the gulping is. So everybody is just chronically dehydrated because you like listening to me gulp. What are the patron benefits? This is an excellent question. When you subscribe as a member of Patreon, you become a patron of the channel. There is an exclusive area for patrons in the Discord chat and the Discord server. Patrons also get they get early access to YouTube videos. They get Patreon exclusive videos and audios. They get behind the scene updates. about what's going on and what's going to be coming to the platforms. They also get voting abilities and requests to request for different kinds of content and priority for requests and suggestions. It's just kind of like this cute little club. It's just a cute little club where I get to have the supporters of the channel a little bit closer to what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you, Rostar, for the gifts. Stay hydrated. This is important. Stay hydrated. Let's take... Oh, Khalil, you have to go? Thank you for stopping by. It was good seeing you again, especially after it's been so long. And there are 3 different Patreon tiers, and the details of those tiers are going to be illustrated on the website. I need to breathe. I hear everything. Hi, B-Dogs. Take a big, deep breath. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Oh man. I need a nervous system reset. Where's the restart button on this thing? You sound a little different. It's been too long. I have allergies. And I've been trying to do something about my allergies. They get really frustrating. And so my nose is all stuffy. So maybe that's why I sound different. It's the button on the back of the head. I'm gonna need to look for that later. I need to hit restart. Restart on my nervous system. Hi, Tobias. Reset button. They're called pressure points. Which pressure points do I hit? Or press? Or massage? Massage? To reset my nervous system? Quickest route. Thank you, Rostar. Hi, Nick. All of them? You have to hit all the pressure points? Challenge accepted. Ooh, I wonder, what if I go... Oh, God. What if I go to, like, Chinese, like, herbalist doctor? Don't they have a name? Isn't there like a better name for that? Holistic, like a holistic health. God, I would light up like a Christmas tree. They would be like, how is anything in your body functioning? Like, where do we even start? Which of my chakras is out of alignment? Do that? How do you find one of those? Do you just Google it? You know what? Maybe that's... Maybe that's a video that I can make for my patrons. I went to a holistic doctor, and this is what happened. Story time. Anyway, we're reading poetry. In Summer by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Oh, summer has clothed the earth in a cloak from the loom of the sun, and a mantle, too, of the sky's soft blue, and a belt where the rivers run. And now for a kiss of the wind, and the touch of the air's soft hands, with a rest from strife and the heat of life, with the freedom of lakes and lands. I envy the farmer's boy who sings as he follows the plow, while the shining green of the young blades lean to the breezes that cool his brow. He sings to the dewy morn, no thought of another's ear, but the song he sings is a chant for kings and the whole wide world to hear. He sings of the joys of life, of the pleasures of work and rest, from an o'erfull heart, without aim or art. Tea is a song of the merriest. O ye who toil in this town, and ye who moil in the mart, hear the artless song, and your faith made strong shall renew your joy of heart. Oh, poor were the world. Oh, poor were the worth of the world, if never a song were heard, if the sting of grief had no relief, and never a heart were stirred. So, long as the streams run down, and as long as the robins trill, let us taunt old care with a merry air, and sing in the face of ill. I like that one. I like it when they rhyme. I like it when the cadence of a poem is something that I can predict and repeat. Pattern recognition. Traditional Chinese medicine. Yes, Rostar, exactly. Thank you. That's what they call it. I'll have to look that up. Somebody say put something in the general chat and tag me so I remember. And I'll look, I promise. You Googled it? Thank you. We have our Google, we have Google at home, and our Google at home is Rostar. Summer Stars by Carl Sandburg. Bend low again, night of summer stars. So near you are, sky of summer stars. So near, a long-armed man can pick off stars. Pick off what he wants in the sky bowl, so near you are, summer stars. So near, strumming, strumming, so lazy and hum-strumming. Interessante. A very short one, that is. This next one isn't too short. I am going to be right back, though, because I've drank too much water. I have returned. I Sought the Wood in Winter by Willa Cather. I sought the wood in summer, when every twig was green. The rudest boughs were tender, and buds were pink between. Light-fingered aspens trembled in fistful sun and shade, and daffodils were golden in every starry glade. The brook sang like a robin, my hand could check him where the lissome maiden willows shook out their yellow hair. How frail a thing is beauty, I said, when every breath she gives the vagrant summer but swifter woos her death. For this the stardust troubles, for this have ages rolled, to deck the wood for bridal and slay her with the cold. I sought the wood in winter, when every leaf was dead. Behind the wind-whipped branches, the winter sun set red. The coldest star was rising to greet that bitter air. The oaks were writhen giants, nor bud nor bloom was there. The birches white and slender in deathless marble stood. The brook, a white immortal, slept silent in the wood. How sure a thing is beauty, I cried. No bolt can slay, no wave nor shock despoil her, no ravishers dismay. Her warriors are the angels that cherish from afar. Her warders people heaven and watch from every star. The giant hills are slighter, the sea more like to fail. Behind the rose, the planet, the law behind the veil. I like that one. Acknowledging the beauty of life and winter with death. We have another very long one. English only. When you have a voice that you like to listen to, how do you showcase that voice? How do you want to listen to that voice that sounds good? Do you just listen to that voice read the phone book? The dictionary? How does one show off a voice? Peak voice. Thank you. August. Algernon Charles Swinburne. There were 4 apples on the bough, half gold, half red, that one might know the blood was ripe inside the core. The color of the leaves was more like stems of yellow corn that grow. Through all the gold June meadow's floor, the warm smell of the fruit was good to feed on, and the split green wood, with all its bearded lips and stains of mosses in the cloven veins, more pleasant if one lay or stood in sunshine or in happy rains. There were 4 apples on the tree, red-stained through gold, that all might see. The sun went warm from core to rind. The green leaves made the summer blind. In that soft place they kept from me with golden apples shut behind. The leaves caught gold across the sun, and where the bluest air begun, thirsted for song to help the heat, as I, to feel my lady's feet, draw close before the day were done, both lips grew dry with dreams of it. In the mute August afternoon, they trembled to some undertune of music in the silver air. Great pleasure was it to be there, till green turned duskier and the moon colored the corn sheaves like gold hair. That August time it was delightful to watch the red moons wane to white, twixt gray seamed stems of apple trees. A sense of harmonies grew on the growth of patient night, more sweet than shapen music is. But some 3 hours before the moon, the air, still eager from the noon, flagged after heat, not wholly dead. Against the stem I leant my head. The color soothed me like a tune, grey leaves all round the gold and red. I lay there till the warm smell grew more sharp, when flecks of yellow dew between the round ripe leaves had blurred the rind with stain and wet. I heard a wind that blew and breathed and blew, too weak to alter its one word. The wet leaves next to the gentle fruit felt smoother. The brown tree root felt the mold warmer. I too felt, as water feels the snow gold melt, right through it when the day burns mute, the peace of time wherein love dwelt. There were 4 apples on the tree, gold stained on red, that all might see. The sweet blood filled them to the core. The color of her hair is more like stems of fair faint gold that be mown from the harvest's middle floor. I have no idea what this poem was about. There was just a lot happening. And we have the next page. Heat. O wind, rend open the heat. Cut apart the heat. Rend it to tatters. Fruit cannot drop through this thick air. Fruit cannot fall into heat that presses up and blunts the points of pears and rounds the grapes. Cut the heat, plow through it, turning it on either side of your path. I know I am but summer to your heart. Edna St. Vincent Millay. I know I am but summer to your heart, and not the full 4 seasons of the year. And you must welcome from another part such noble moods as are not mine, my dear. No gracious weight of golden fruits to sell have I, nor any wise and wintry things. And I have loved you all too long and well to carry still the high sweet breast of spring. Wherefore I say, O love, as summer goes, I must be gone, steal forth with silent drums, that you may hail anew the bird and rose when I come back to you as summer comes. Else will you seek at some time, at some not distant time, even your summer in another clime. Hi, Vinny. Welcome. To Summer by William Blake. O thou who passed through our valleys, in thy strength, curb thy fierce steeds, allay the heat that flames from their large nostrils. O summer, oft pitched here thy golden tent, and oft beneath our oaks hast slept, while we beheld with joy thy ruddy limbs and flourishing hair. Beneath our thickest shades we oft have heard thy voice, when noon upon his fervid car rode o'er the deep of heaven, beside our springs, sit down, and in our mossy valleys, on some bank beside a river clear, throw thy silk draperies off and rush into the stream. Our valleys love the summer in his pride. Our bards are famed who strike the silver wire. Our youth are bolder than the southern swains, our maidens fairer in the sprightly dance. We lack not songs, nor instruments of joy, nor echoes sweet, nor waters clear as heaven, nor laurels wreaths against the sultry heat. I have the reading comprehension of a turtle. I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just reading. These are poems about summer. So, enjoy. Summer Night, Riverside. Sarah Teasdale. Thank you, Rostar. In the wild, soft summer darkness, how many and many a night we two together sat in the park and watched the Hudson, wearing her lights like... Are you sure about that? That scared me. Sat in the park and watched the Hudson, wearing her lights like golden spangles, glinting on black satin. The rail along the curving pathway was low in a happy place to let us cross. And down the hill a tree that dripped with bloom sheltered us, while your kisses and the flowers, falling, tangled in my hair. Hi, Wraith. That was you who did that. Thanks for scaring me, Wraith. Hi, Hodge. I don't know how to pronounce the whole of your username because of I don't know what the X is. I did not mean to scare you. Well, you did. That was special. You can just say Haj. Hi, Haj. Welcome. The frail white stars moved slowly over the sky, and now, far off, in the fragment darkness, the tree is tremulous again with bloom, for June comes back. Tonight, what girl dreamily before her mirror shakes from her hair this year's blossoms clinging to its coils? I like this one. It has good imagery. Maybe, do you think that perhaps I shall show the poem as I read? Does this satisfy? I do this, and then I do that, and then it's just back there, you know? It's hiding. It's not meant to be understood. Then we see how the line breaks. Agreed. Oh my god. There's one called Ode to Kool-Aid. But it's not it's copyrighted. Let's For Once Then Something. For once, then, something. By Robert Frost. Others taunt me with having knelt at well curbs, always wrong to the light, so never seeing deeper down in the well than where the water gives me back in a shining surface picture, me, myself, in the summer heaven godlike, looking out of a wreath of fern and cloud puffs. Once, when trying with chin against a well curb, I discerned, as I thought, beyond the picture, through the picture, and something white, uncertain, something more of the depths, and then I lost it. Water came to rebuke the too clear water. One drop fell from a fern, and lo, a ripple shook whatever it was lay there at the bottom, blurred it, blotted it out. What was that whiteness? Truth. A pebble of quartz. For once, then, something. Hello, Nazir. Welcome. I hope you find yourself all comfy cozy, and you can sit back and relax. Allow this stream to be a breath of fresh air in your day. No stresses, no pressure, just relaxation. Idol. Siegfried Sassoon. Hi, Void. I don't remember if you had a different username before. Did I ask you this previously? I'm sorry. But hello. It has been a while, but I'm still here. I am back from my vacation. Mikey, yes. Do you still want me to call you Mikey? Deep breath. Deep breath. and out. Deep breath in and out. I just get really excited when I'm on stream, and then I forget to breathe. Idle. In the gray summer garden I shall find you, with daybreak and the morning hills behind you. There will be rain-wet roses, stir of wings, and down the wood a thrush that wakes and sings. Not from the past you'll come, but from that deep where beauty murmurs to the soul asleep. And I shall know the sense of life reborn, from dreams into the mystery of morn, where gloom and brightness meet. And standing there till that calm song is done, at last we'll share the league spread, choiring symphonies that are joy in the world, and peace and dawn's one star. Thank you for the kisses. It's so cute. I like using poems as like a way to play with different voices. This is your reminder to drink water. Good morning, Reaper. How are you? How have you been? It is wonderful to see you. August. Helen Hunt Jackson. Silence again. The glorious symphony hath need the pause and interval of peace. Some subtle signal bids all sweet sounds cease, save hum of insects' aimless industry. Pathetic summer seeks by blazonry of color to conceal her swift decrease. Weak subterfuge, each mocking day doth fleece a blossom and lay bare her poverty. Poor middle-aged summer, vain this show. Whole fields of golden-rod cannot offset one meadow with a single violet. And well the singing thrush and lily know, spite of all artifice which her regret can deck in splendid guise their time to go. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Is it kind of like clearing your vocal palette? I guess it's more so like practicing. I can't say, warming up, but it's important to exercise. I mean, it really is exercising vocal cords. If you think about how people say that they can't sing, and that's not necessarily true. Singing is something that you can practice and you can learn, and it is a muscle that you exercise. And while I haven't had formal singing training, and I have not experienced voice actor coaching, like voice coaching. Maybe someday in the far future, I will be oh my god. You come back and I go on vacay now? Anxiety. Thank you for resubscribing for 59 months. That's a lot of months. You're going on vacation? Well, I hope you have a very restful, very peaceful vacation. You deserve it. A man needs to relax sometimes, you know? I need it. Like the SpongeBob meme? Yeah. Hi, Father Slice. It's great to see you again. It's all in the gray matter, like painting and drawing. The more you do it, the more you're exercising that skill, the more that you are able to do that. Usually you're too busy with work. I hope that pretty soon you get some relief from the stress that you've had. My way of exercising my voice is streaming and being able to read to you. For example, we will be reading the Odyssey tomorrow and the following day, most likely. Actually, I can't pull it up there, unfortunately. But I will be beginning to read the Odyssey, and there are a lot of words that I don't know. So we'll be figuring that out as I read. But I was wondering to myself, how would I read that? And the only way that I can read that is in my voice. If you've listened to my previous audiobooks or previous live streams, you may have heard me read perhaps Jane Eyre or Pride and Prejudice in a bit of an English voice, and possibly in some parts speaking French in Jane Eyre. But if you were perhaps here for the time when I read The Lightning Thief, I narrated the entire book from the perspective of a young adult male character. And so, having to read the entire book in this kind of a voice does get pretty straining after a while. Hey Queen, thank you for the hydrate. Does get pretty straining on the voice. Let's see. What other books have I done that had a voice to them? I know that with Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, I initially set off just reading in my voice, but by the time I was done reading the book, I was narrating Alice's voice in, that one book you quit had a voice. Which one? Oh yes, Wizard of Oz. I narrated. Now, Wizard of Oz is a unique case. Well, it's just a third-person perspective where you have your narrator, and then you have a character's voice. And then you have a character's voice. And then you have someone else's voice. The most recent one, the one with Scottish or Irish guy. Oh, yes. Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights was going to be in a posh, old English accent, but there was that Irish character who had just so thick of an accent that I could not replicate it. And I probably should have just moved on. But it wasn't the character that was a problem. The problem with that book was simply that nobody could follow along. There was way too much talking in the present and then jumping to the past and then talking about the present and then having another flashback. So that's one of the things that I really do like about working on voices and such, is that I do have this flexibility. You know, God, I'm still trying to get used to voice acting on the fly. But if I want to voice a very haughty character, then I need to sit up straight and use the lower register, speak from my chest, as they say.
Or, if I want to sound like an anime character, what if you came into the stream because you see a VTuber, you think I sound like a child? Should I just talk like this all the time? August. Lizette Woodworth Reese. No wind, no bird. The river flames like brass. On either side, smitten as with a spell of silence, brood the fields. In the deep grass, edging the rusty roads, lie as they fell handfuls of shriveled leaves from tree and bush. But long the orchard fence at the gate, thrusting their saffron torches through the hush. Wild lilies blaze, and bees hum soon and late. It seems hard to do for a long period, because I haven't practiced enough. If I wanted to sound like an anime character all the time, I would just have to practice. I would have to practice talking like an anime character all the time. Rust-colored, the tall, straggling briar, not one, rose left. The spider sets its loom up there, close to the roots, and spins out in the sun. A silken web from twig to twig. The air is full of hot, rank scents. Upon the hill drifts the noon's single cloud, white, glaring, still.
Regular voice? Regular voice is a lot better. It's more comfortable. I think people tend to be, I don't want to say attracted, but in a not weird way, attracted to the normalness of my voice. How it has a little bit of gravel to it. It's a little bit grovelly. In the mountains on a summer day, lee by. Gently I stir a white feather fan, with open shirt, sitting in a green wood. I take off my cap and hang it on a jutting stone. A wind from the pine trees trickles on my bare head. That's deep, bro. The song, that's not what the word says. The sun has long been set. William Wordsworth. The sun has long been set. The stars are out by twos and threes. The little birds are piping yet among the bushes and trees. There's a cuckoo and one or two thrushes, and a far-off wind that rushes, and a sound of water that gushes, and the cuckoo's cry, and the cuckoo's sovereign cry fills all the hollow of the sky. Who would go parading in London and masquerading on such a night of June with that beautiful soft half-moon and all these innocent blisses on such a night as this is? Did I see the meteor shower last night? No. I wish I could have. I have an early bedtime because my sleep is not good. Unfortunately, I do not. Big yawn. Take a deep breath in. And out. Take another deep breath in. And out. Okay. Yeah. Breathing. I love that you use a bark emote. What do you mean bark breathing? Okay. Summer morn in New Hampshire. Claude McKay. All yesterday it poured, and all night long I could not sleep. The rain unceasing beat upon the shingled roof like a weird song, upon the grass like running children's feet, and down the mountains by the dark cloud kissed, like a strange shape in filmy veiling dressed, slid slowly, silently, the wraith-like mist, and nestled soft against the earth's wet breast. But lo, there was a miracle at dawn, and still air stirred at touch of the faint breeze. The sun a sheet of gold bequeathed the lawn. The songsters twittered in the rustling trees, and all things were transfigured in the day. But me whom radiant beauty could not move, for you more wonderful were far away, and I was blind with hunger for your love. That one also had very good imagery. I think you know what time it is, my dear fishies. It is that time which we dislike. We dislike much the arrival of it. Yes. Oh, I see the no. I know. But hey, I will be back again tomorrow. This is the part where we say our good nights, our goodbyes, and our see you tomorrows. I will be back again tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, and we will begin reading The Odyssey. I hope that you enjoyed today's stream. I certainly did. If you are watching on Twitch, please